If you're new around here, please hit the subscribe button below and don't forget to like the video. It helps the channel to grow. More importantly, please enjoy. Thank you. Hello guys, welcome to Irish Footy Vlogs for another video. Today I'm going to speak about Glenn Whelan and his departure from Heart to Midlothian. So and what it means for Ireland basically. So we'll just get straight into the video, guys. Now, first, just going to build a bit of context around this. Craig Levein was the manager of Hearts at the start of the season. He brought Glenn Whelan to Heart and Midlothian in the Scottish SPL, having been released, Whelan himself, from Aston Villa. Now, he was very good at Villa. I know some Villa fans, and they told me as such that he was good for Villa last season and helped them get promotion. So, Villa were promoted to the Premier League. Glenn Whelan was a part of that. He's 35 years old, midfield player. Probably at this stage of his career, the Premiership would be too much for him. You need legs in the Premiership for sure. But Levein was sacked as manager of Hearts. Hearts were bottom of the SPL. A little bit of drift as well. And replaced by Stendel, John Stendel, German manager, in early December, the 7th of December. Now, Stendel came into Hearts and obviously, as any manager would, to be fair, bottom of the league, you do want to change it up and, ruffle some feathers maybe, but, you need to be looking in the right places to do that. He's released a number of players. Berra is another one who's gone, an experienced player as well, and released Whelan. Now, it's not the point that he released Whelan that the problem I would have in this situation is necessarily. It's the way he did it. Whelan did go by mutual consent, but essentially they wanted to get rid of him, and Whelan just went with it. He wasn't playing either. But Stendel basically dropped Glenn Whelan. But it was his comments about him publicly that was, in my view, very wrong and unfair, actually. He mentioned how Glenn Whelan he basically said he wasn't a leader, and he offered nothing to the team, and that he actually did question his leadership qualities. He did use those words. Which is, in my opinion, grossly unfair. I think the one thing about Glenn Whelan is you can never question his... I know he's a bit divisive in Irish football, but you can never question his attitude. I don't think you can question his effort, desire, or leadership qualities for that matter. I don't think they're in question with Whelan whatsoever. I don't care what anybody says. But Stendel came out with a bit of a... very dismissive of Glenn, and I thought this was unfair, particularly in public. It smacks of a manager, in my opinion, going into a club trying to shake things up, which is fair enough, as I said. But they target some of the more experienced players, to make a point, to make it look like, look, I'm doing, I'm going to shake things up here. This is what I'm doing. And all this kind of thing. Maybe he wants a young team, etc. That's fair enough, and he wants more legs in midfield. That's fair enough. But the reasoning behind what he gave is not right, in my opinion. Glenn Whelan himself has come out since, and some people might say, why is he crying to the media? I don't see it as that. I don't think he would have said anything. I think his integrity was questioned falsely, and I think he was right to respond to that. He felt like he was thrown under a bus. He literally said that. He's no problem with a manager coming in want to shake things up, but he's taken issue with, basically what I've taken issue with, the fact that his integrity, attitude and leadership abilities were questioned. Glenn Whelan did get 5 Man of the Match awards this season for Heart and Midlothian, by the way, as well, so he must be doing something right. 2 seconds, guys. Coffee. He must be doing something right, or must have done something right. It'd be interesting to hear from Hearts fans about this as well, and I'd like to know what they made of his general performances this season as well, because I haven't seen him play, obviously. But 5 Man of the Match awards, I doubt if Hearts being bottom of the league is exclusive to the likes of Whelan. I would suggest, it's the whole squad. Maybe Levine struggled this season, which is a surprise. Levine is known as a pretty decent manager, actually. He's done a good job in Scotland before. But for me, it's the whole situation is very disappointing. A bit unfair, very unfair on Whelan. What does it mean for Ireland going forward now? Well, Ireland, as we all know, have qualifiers coming up against Slovakia away, in which they have to win to get through to the final, basically, where they take on Northern Ireland and Bosnia. And for me, Whelan needs to be playing football. This might be a good thing if you can get a club quickly, because if this dragged on, with the comments Stendel made, etc., there was no way he was going to get back into that team, and the friction and all that kind of thing. So he needs to be playing football. What level can he play at? Maybe another Scottish club could pick him up, or a championship side. I still think it's important, the Republic of Ireland. People might criticise, but in our game against Switzerland, for example, he was very good. I think he can play in a three-man midfield still at international level. And you have to look at the players we have generally available. And for such games, people say we have young players coming through, but it's not the time and the place. Slovakia away. I think that's for the next stage, whatever that may be for us. But if you talk about the senior players currently in the midfield in the Irish squad, Whelan's no worse than Hendrick or Horan, for example. Like, they might have more legs, all right, but he can play with those players, and I still think his passing ability is still better than some of those players that we have in midfield anyway. So I still think he's important. But if he can't get a club in the next while, then it's a big issue for Mick McCarthy and Ireland going forward, because he needs to be playing. I'd be pretty confident we'll get a club in the next few weeks, and that'll be that as such. But that's about it, guys. What do you think? Do you think Whelan was unfairly treated by Hearts? How important do you think he is for the Ireland upcoming international, etc., etc.? And yeah, that's about it. So take it easy and see you later. Good luck.